Hello again, I am Jim Bob. Welcome back to Fendt Farm. And we've cleared away the last of the bales that we had left over from the previous episode, which were technically left over from the episode before that. They are now cleared away, and we have that great demand to deal with now. So it's time to sell our soybean. So, if you remember, we had two separate great demands. One that was kind of meh, which is the one at sale area 1, and the other one at sale area 2, which has finalised itself at around 1722. Although, it's entirely possible that may start to dip if we wait too much longer. So we're going to load our trailers and run those down and see just how much money we can actually make from our soybean crop. Hopefully we'll end up with quite a nice tidy sum. There we go, we're fully loaded, so put our beacons on and off we go to sell our grain. And we're negotiating our way through these twisty little side roads here. Here we are, so I think we need sale area 2. Let's just double check that. Yeah, sale area 2, which is this first one here. And we don't have to worry about not tipping simultaneously because it's a great demand, so we can just drive up and tip with no real fears of crashing the market price. There goes our first trailer, 39,000. Wow, that's nice. Should get the same amount for this one. $1 less, that's fine. Actually, why are we on dollars? We should be on euros. There we go. So we've made just a little bit over $79,000 euros there. Let's go back and get the last of our soybean that we have left over, and get that sold as well. Squeeze past that truck there. So this is the last of our soybean. A little bit over 1.5. Well, not even 1.5 trailers. I suppose 1.25 trailers is probably more like it. Maybe 1 1/3, but should get another. Let's think. We'll get another 39,000 or so off the first trailer. So I'm hoping that we'll get, I don't know, somewhere around another 12,000 or so on the trailer at the back as well. So we could be looking at quite a nice payday here in total. I mean, it's been a fantastic price. We've been waiting for a really good price for this soybean, and now we finally have it. So in that respect, I think we definitely made the right choice to just hang on to it and not sell it earlier. Alright, as we plod our way up this hill, I'm going to jump a little bit forward, and I'll meet you back at the sell point. Alright then. Time to make some more money. So another 39,500, dipping ever so slightly. Let's see what we get from the last. I thought around about 12,000. Let's see. 13.5. That's a little bit more than I expected. So market prices stay pretty much the same. It just obviously dipped a single euro there. But we are now completely out of soybean, and we've gone from having 16,000 or so to 145,000. So a nice big injection of cash right there. So before we go any further, let's see how we're going to invest that. So we could do with getting a little bit more equipment for our IT runner truck. So let's have a look at the options that are available to us. Where is IT runner? There it is. So what we could do is we could go with a grain container, give us a 45,000 litre single tip, which would be really quite useful. That's 42 grand. We don't really need a wood container because we're not doing wood on this map at the moment. A slurry container could be useful, but it only holds 15,000 litres, which is not that much. I think we would probably be better off using a Joskin slurry transport than one of these. What else do we have? Well, there are a couple of other options because there are a couple that are outside of the IT Runner brand that are still included. So we have a manure spreader, I believe. There we go. That's 52,000. We don't really need to use that. We already have the Joskin Tornado, and I'm sure that I'm missing something else as well. I'm trying to think what that other thing would be. I'm sure there was one other thing that we could used as well. There wasn't an auger, was there? No. What am I missing? What's the final attachment that I keep thinking is there? Probably isn't actually another attachment. Well, we've got obviously the animal one. But I'm thinking this might be a better purchase for transporting slurry. Or the slurry version of this. This is obviously for water, this one here. Yeah, maybe there isn't another IT runner option. Maybe that was it. So now it comes down to do we buy a grain trailer and or a grain container? And it seems like it might well be a good idea to do that. We could also buy a second IT runner trailer with a second, skip. That's what it was there, look, the Bergman. I knew there was something else. It was just a straight tipper trailer, 48,000 litres. You know what? That's actually not too bad a choice. It'll carry pretty much everything that will. But it'll give us an extra 3,000 litres. Yeah, let's do that. Let's buy a Bergman container. There we go. So we'll take our 936 back to the farm. Oh, I have to excuse my stomach growling away there. Haven't eaten breakfast yet. We'll take this back to the farm, and then we'll bring our IT runner truck up here, and we'll pick up our new grain container. Let's get this new grain container loaded onto our truck. Could be a little bit tricky. We're probably going to have to give it a little bit of a nudge, just to give us a bit of room to get in there. It's my only downside to the store, the way it's laid out, is that you get anything that's not, immediately movable. It can sometimes be a real squeeze, because of that porter cabin just there. stuff gets just a little bit too close, and you have to kind of nudge it out of the way to be able to load it up. Look at that though, the Bergman green, almost a proper match for our Fendt paint colour scheme. Actually looks pretty nice. Right, before we go anywhere, now we do need to sort out slurry transport. Now, I'm not 100% certain that I can actually use this to actually fill it direct from our slurry point, based on that description where it says you can fill this with the Garant Cotter TSA 30,000. It kind of worries me that we can't actually fill up directly with this thing. And the only way to really find out is to actually just buy it and see what happens, I suppose. And that makes me a little bit nervous. I'd rather do that on a test rather than, because I've never tested things like that before. So rather than waste money on something like that, we're actually going to buy a slurry tanker attachment as well. So we'll buy that in our Fendt green as well. And then we'll come back for that. Let's just do the old nudge trick again so we can actually get into it. Oop. There we go. So we're going to drop off our grain truck attachment, and then my voice. Sorry about that. People did say that they were having some issues with this thing, and we can see one here. Look, this isn't loaded properly. It's not secure. Look at it. It's let's try reloading it. I think we've found our first issue with this thing. It's still not sitting flush, look. Alright, that worries me as to how good of a vehicle this is actually going to be. So I think grain transport is probably out of the question. We'll stick to just using our little Joskin trailers for now. So let's go claim our money back, so to speak. Because yeah, that really does concern me, just how much that misbehaved in such a very short drive. There we go. Or maybe we'll have a little bit more luck with our slurry attachment. I really hope this doesn't misbehave as well. We had no real problems with the bale trailer. That seemed to be fine. Let's see how the slurry tank does. And while that's doing that, let's sell that back. We've lost $4.5 grand there. That's not good. So I need to keep a close eye on the back of this thing. See if I can see it bouncing all over the place. Sliding around. Yeah, this is sliding as well, look. Oh, that is such a of frustration. I don't really want to waste even more money. We'll stick with this for now because it's smaller. It's going to have less weight than a grain trailer. It should be a little bit easier to manage and live with. But yeah, that's, you know, we'd heard of the problems with this, and you know, I didn't really experience them with the bales, but I can definitely see the back of this thing is sliding around a lot. It's not securing. It's not locking in place. It could be even worse and exacerbated once we put slurry inside it, which we're going to have to do now because we need to get our fields fertilised. We have a slurry spreader waiting to go on field 2, but it won't be able to do the whole field on its own. So yeah, that's definitely look at it. It's now lifting up. Look. And it's causing me to not even move. And I've got my fingers slammed on the accelerator. There we go. I just have to, you know, keep operating and retracting the hook lift. It's sliding again, look. Oh, it's such a shame. We're having such a hassle-free issue with this thing. Well, maybe it'll behave a little bit better with some slurry in it. Alright, fully loaded. Let's get this on the road, and again we'll watch and see what happens to it. So I'm pretty sure it's undergoing redevelopment and retesting at the moment from the modder itself, you know, from Toxicom. Actually looks to be behaving itself a little bit now that it's actually got some slurry in here. I'm not gonna, you know, just assume that it's absolutely fine, having seen it playing up like that. Just bounce around that corner a little bit. No, it's still sliding a little bit. You see, it's not sitting flush. We missed our turn. So yeah, definitely more work is needed on this because the attachments just do not like to stay stable. Right, so we need to finish fertilising our fields off, so let's get on that with our 828. Just try and get lined up. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to do a headland. So that we have proper turning area for our AI on the swamp. There we go. So we'll put a headland in on this side of the field. We'll do the same on the other end of the field, and then once that's done, we'll go up and down. And We still have the buy option turned on, don't we? Yes, we do. Turn that off. Otherwise we're going to eat through all of the money that we've just made from our soybean in record speed. There we go. Right. Yeah, I'll get this second headland done, and then we'll go up and down the field, and then we'll have our bio belts ITR on standby to refuel this thing, or refill it, because there's not going to be enough slurry in this thing to do the whole field. That's pretty much a given. So we'll see how far we can get, and then do a top up. So I figured while we got our slurry tanker running away on field 2, and then hopefully we'll do field 3 as well, we may as well get our Kuhn axis started on this field, because there's no way we're going to have enough slurry to do this field as well. Just absolutely no way at all. So we'll get him started, and let's just check in. How is our guy doing? Only got a couple of thousand litres left, so maybe just one pass left. This thing does eat through slurry really quickly. And what kind of annoys me a little bit is the fact that you saw there, as the forks started to come down, we started using slurry before we'd even started moving. I think that's a little bit annoying and frustrating, but there's not a lot we can do about that, unfortunately. So we've got one pass worth left of slurry left in that tank. So let's get our bio belts in place. Well, this will have, it's not a huge capacity, 15,000 litres, but it's enough to be able to actually refill. You can see it's actually moving the truck. Well, no, it wasn't enough. Look, he's stopped there. Alright, so in that case, let's take the truck to him. And see if we can do the refuel this way. You see, he's taking control of the truck there. He was driving it in reverse when I wasn't doing anything at all. Yeah, there's definitely some major issues with this. I mean, I'd heard that there were issues, and I'd seen some photos of people who'd had issues, but I hadn't experienced them myself. Since we've put these attachments on today, yeah, we are definitely seeing those issues. And it won't let me refuel, or at least refill. Let's try repositioning this slightly. Maybe I need to be a bit further back. It's just, yeah, this is such a shame. I was so looking forward to using this all the time, and we may have to retire certain parts of it just until it gets a patch. And it's pulled right up alongside this thing. And it still won't let me refuel, so we have this kind of worthless. Yeah, there's no option, look. Maybe I need to fold the slurry tank first before I can refill it. No, there's still no option here. So look at the truck bouncing all over the place, and now sliding as well. Look, you can see the back is sliding out. Yeah, we're going to have to retire the truck. Oh, that is such a shame. I mean, I'd heard of the issues, but even now, look, you can see it's still moving around on the field. Where's it going? Where the hell is that thing going? Ah, dear. Alright, well, hopefully we won't lose the slurry itself as well. I'm wondering where that thing's going to end up by the time we get back to the field. It could be anywhere. But I think it was a worthwhile experiment. You know, it kind of worked with the bales, but now I'm really worried that it's going to do exactly the same. We try and put bales on it as well. We already have another bale trailer. I think we're just going to cut our losses and we'll sell it. I have something in mind that we could possibly use as a replacement, but that's such a shame. We were looking so good. But I don't know why it wouldn't let me refill this thing with that portable tank. That's what they were supposed to do. I mean, that's what I could do in Farming Sim 15. I could use those as portable slurry tanks like that and refill things. I'm sure I could. So I'll refill that. Maybe I could actually just get him to work it. That would be something, wouldn't it? Okay, that's odd. Why does it have to lower it to spray it? That's kind of bizarre. I'm kind of glad we got a headland as well now, because look how long this thing is. Of course, he doesn't want to do the corner. Yeah, it should not. There's no way we should be dragging this thing like this. Alright, let's... Oh, dear. Let's take this back to the farm. Let's see if we can empty it. I'm hoping we can. I don't think we can, actually. Oh, that's a shame. Alright, let's take something do something a little bit more drastic. We'll use it on this field here. Assuming it stays on this field. And doesn't slide all over the place on us. And we're out of slurry. Are we out of slurry completely? Where's our slurry levels? Yeah, we are. Look, we're out of slurry. Oh no, that's a silo. Liquid manure. Yeah, 0. We've used up all of our slurry. Ah, so frustrating. So we kind of need to use it now. We've wasted quite a bit of money on this IT runner truck here. I was going to reinvest, you know, about 100,000 or so into cows. You know, really boost our dairy population there. Looks like we're going to have a fair bit more to play about with than just 100,000 because I'm selling the truck. I have no faith that it won't just, you know, start acting like that with bales on it as well, and I can't take that risk. You know, just dropping bales all over the place. It'll be, you know, even though there'll only be sort of 20 bales on it, it'll just be a nightmare trying to sort it out. So we're going to have to try and resolve this issue, and I need that slurry. I have an idea. We're just going to have to try and extend the headlands. Again, you can see it sliding, look. I mean, luckily there's not too much left of the field to do, but it's not exactly ideal, is it? So we do an extra headland here. There we go. And we do the same at the other end of the field. We can at least make sure that the slurry that's currently loaded in this thing doesn't go to waste. Which is, you know, about the only thing we can really do. There we go. And now we can just drive this thing in a pretty much a straight line down the field here. At least that's the plan. It's, I mean, look at it. It won't even stay in a straight line there. My stomach is gurgling away like crazy. I do apologise if you can hear some weird noises in the background there. I really should have had breakfast before I started recording. Alright, can we get that last bit in one pass? Probably not. Maybe. It'll be tight. I think it's a little bit too wide, the spray area. Yeah, it's definitely too wide a spray area. Alright, let's see if we can get away with this. Yeah, we'll have to do it like this, and then we'll just have a bit of an overlap that we need to deal with afterwards. I'd rather have full coverage and at least make sure that we are using this slurry properly, but I'm so disappointed. So disappointed in these issues. You know, I thought, you know, I might have been able to escape the issues that other people have been having, but yeah, very much not the case. So I'm not going to uninstall the mod. I'm going to hang on to it and just wait for that update. There may be instances I can find where I can use it where it's a little bit more stable, but this isn't the one, unfortunately. So we will be saying goodbye to our ITR Truck as soon as it's finished using up its slurry. Alright, so we've done that field. That field is now finished. What we need to do is sort out this field here. Now really we need a headland, especially at the other end of the field. So let's create that using this. do the same at the other end of the field as well. So we've put a double headland in at the other end of the field. You can see the truck is parked up, ready to go. Just putting in a double headland here. And we'll see just how much of this field we can actually get done. Hopefully all of it, but probably not. Why won't it go? Come on. There we go. Oh, he stopped. Come on, don't misbehave for me on this bit as well. Alright, I'll have to top that bit up with the tanker. And he's offline, very offline. There we go. Alright. So while he's struggling to do that bit, let's go and just get that little bit in the corner. Oh, this has turned into a bit of a nightmare, this episode. I had such high hopes for that ITR truck. I thought, you know, we could find a couple of uses for it where it would, we could overcome its limitations and its issues. And it turns out we just couldn't. It's such a shame. Do we even apply any slurry there? We didn't. There we go. Alright, so very little slurry left in this thing. Let's see, how is our truck managing the turn? Actually, not too badly. He took a very wide turning circle, but he made it. So we might get maybe half of the field sprayed, or, you know, or slurried. I mean, obviously having those headlands in has helped. We've got a couple of gaps here we need to top up, look, on the other field, and we've got a strip on the end as well. Lovely. So fertilising issues all around here today. There'll be another gap somewhere up here probably. A little one just there, and one just there. Let's go do that strip. Just lowered the spreader instead of turning it on there. You ever get the feeling it's going to be one of those days? Well, this appears to be one of those days. Nothing we're trying seems to be working. Oh, there we go, there's the notification. We finished, you know, touching up field Super Field 5, and the helper has now run out of slurry. We've got a little bit left in the other tank as well, but not enough to finish the field off, so it'll be a little bit cheeky and cut through here. I'm going to have to finish off using our axis there. Let's see how much we did actually get done. That's not too bad an amount. So load up our problem truck. Move that out of the way. There we go. Let's use up the last little bit of slurry we have in this. See if we can't at least finish this this pass off. go, and I'm not going to risk doing another pass because we won't make it. So we'll leave that little 700 litres or so that's left in there. We'll leave it in there, and then we can obviously use that when we generate more slurry, which means we need more cows to do that. So if we get our worker set up and running on this field here, shouldn't have any issues running up and down. It'll only take him a couple of passes with the working width of this thing. There we go. And let's take that truck back to the store and sell it. There we go. I'm not going to bother going back and collecting the bale trailer. That only cost 9,000. It's just, we'll just sell that. So where is the bale trailer? Oh, we've got the animal trailer to deal with as well, haven't we? All right, we'll have to. That's actually worth a fair bit more money. Completely forgotten about that animal trailer, and that's worth, you know, 20,000 if we sell it direct. Sorry, 20,000 if we sell it sort of online, so to speak. You know, if we just, you know, quick sell it from our menu. If we actually sell it directly, we'll make more than that, and that could be the difference between an extra cow or not. So let's go grab that and sell that. And we'll drop that off, and then we may as well, seeing as we're doing that, we may as well go and get the bale attachment as well. So here we go then, the last part. We'll get that all parked up. That'll do. So it's kind of a shame to see it go in some respects. I mean, as a bale trailer, it wasn't too bad at all. But just a little top heavy. As a slurry tanker, it was woeful. As an animal transport, it seemed to work pretty well, but just too expensive to run just as an animal transport for something so infrequent. So there we go. Bye bye IT runner truck. But hello, big injection of cash. So our sheep are in pretty bad shape. Let's head over to our cows. We're just going to buy direct, have them delivered to us, and see how many we can add in. Let's go with a couple of $100,000 worth. We got 27, so that'll do. Let's confirm that. So now we should have 70 cows. Yes, we do. So we desperately need to sort the cows out again with a lot more feed, because now we have a small amount of food, you know, a couple of days worth of food for 27 cows that's being shared among 70. So we'll have to sort those out. We desperately need to sort out our sheep as well. They have pretty much no food left at all. So I'll do that off camera. And then, you know, we've got enough food for our cows overnight. And then the next episode, when we come back, we will plant some seed. So let me know, guys, in the comments what crops you want me to plant. You know, if we have a look, we do have a little bit of wheat. We have quite a lot of barley. We have a fair amount of canola. So do you want us to plant some sunflowers? Do you want us to plant some corn, some soybean, some wheat, or a combination of all of those? You know, we won't do barley, we won't do canola, because we've got plenty of those. But do you want wheat? Do you want sunflowers? Do you want soybeans? Do you want corn, or a combination of? Let me know in the comments section below, and we'll plant those. based on your responses. And then obviously we'll while we're seeding, we will also take care of our cows. So thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob. I am slightly disappointed in how our IT runner truck has fared, but you know, moving forward, you know, we have a lot more cows now, so we can generate a lot more slurry a lot more quickly, and obviously we've got a lot more manure that we can work with as well. So thanks for watching, and I will catch you back on the farm very soon.